My guest today is a stand-up comedian and co-host of the On the Gate podcast. He's also 1/3 of 23 and 1 Comedy. I'm excited to welcome Derek Drescher.
Thank you for having me, buddy. Good to see you.
Yeah, man. How you been?
I can't complain. Living the dream.
Yeah. Are you
Jokes going on the road.
Are you recording from your place in New York right now?
Yeah, this is my apartment.
Okay. What part of New York are you in?
I live in the East Village.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just like a little pocket fucking apartment, or is it super tiny?
It's a studio with a bed loft.
Yeah.
That's the bed loft up there.
Yeah, I mean, it honestly looks like a cell from this angle. Like, it doesn't look big at all. But
home sweet home.
Yeah, man. You're really like grinding out in New York. There's a bunch of shit I want to talk to you about. I also do want to talk to you about you spent time in prison, and that's definitely, I got some questions for you. But anybody watch us on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notifications bell. Also, we're on Patreon now, patreon.com/FNFpod. And then if you have a question for Derek or myself, throw it into the comments on YouTube. Help us out a lot. But so you were doing the road. You went down to Florida, and then you were in Boston too?
I was in Chicago, Boston, and I was only in Miami for like a couple of days. I only did one spot while I was there.
What were you doing down there? Just enjoying yourself?
Yeah, hanging out with a lady.
There you go.
Yeah.
What about Boston though? Were you at Laughs in Boston?
I was at Laugh Boston featuring for Little Sasquatch.
How was that?
Good. He sold out every single show.
Hell yeah. Did you drive over there to take the train, or how did you do that? Amtrak. Okay.
Yeah, my license is revoked.
Oh, that's right. Because of a couple.
I used to like to drive high.
Yeah. That's actually, I got some questions for you on that for sure. But I'm just always curious about that because I'm looking at New York. I'm kind of thinking about making that move, and like, is Boston pretty accessible? Like, is that an easy trip to make?
Yeah, you could drive there and take the train in like 3-4 hours.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're featuring though, like, pretty regularly now?
I featured for Sass the one time, and then me and Gio have been going on the road with Aaron Berg.
Oh shit.
We switch up host and feature.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fun. I watched that dude's documentary, the 25 Sets. I think it's on Amazon, right?
He's a monster.
Dude, if you're into comedy and you know, just stand up in particular, New York stand up, like, check out that special, because it's just him going around seeing physically how many spots he can do in New York in one night, and he gets 25. It's pretty sick.
That's crazy. He was able to pull that off.
Dude, he's like smoking a cigar throughout the whole time too. Like, he just keeps like breaking it off and then coming back to it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Aaron's the fucking man.
Yeah, he's a stand guy, right?
He's passed he works every club in the city.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you went to prison, and I've had like
a few times.
I've had like 3 or 4 different people come on the podcast and share their story about going to prison. Like, going from prison to stand up, that's a very not a common path. I feel
like it's more common nowadays.
You think so?
I feel like it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I know quite a few people who have. I mean, it's not like a ton, but I know there's guys who've been locked up that don't talk about it on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you go to prison for, at least?
It was mostly drugs. Yeah, I was a bad drug addict. I mean, I was a criminal before I was a drug addict, but drugs was all the central of it.
Yeah. What did you...
Cars and shit like that.
So how old are you?
I'm 41.
41? Okay. Yeah. So when did you first get locked up?
I got locked up for the first time when I was 13. I went to a juvenile facility.
And when did you get out, and when was the last time you were in?
So the last time I got arrested was about 7 years ago. But I didn't do a bid. It was for an old warrant. I was already clean. And I sat for a couple weeks, and it got taken care of.
So how much time have you served overall?
I mean, between all the institutions, facilities I've been in, it's like 9 years almost.
Shit.
Yeah. And
So,
then if you count the time when I was like on paper, like post release supervision, that's a lot more years.
goddamn.
Yeah.
So what made the big shift for you? Like, how did you go from that lifestyle to what you're at now?
So when the like I overdosed a couple times when I was on heroin, and it would just beat me down. And I like knew I was like, I'm either gonna like get clean because I'm tired, or I'm gonna die with a needle in my arm. Like the last time I overdosed, it just knocked the wind out of me. Like I couldn't run anymore. And I never used with the same ferocity after that. It took about 5-6 months for me to get clean, but it happened.
Did you, because there's like NA and AA, like, did you
Right.
gravitate towards one in particular?
I mean, I've been going to the rooms for years, because before I was doing heroin, I was a bad drunk. So I go to a different 12-step group, neither one of those.
How dope is the heroin high? Like, I never, I had buddies that
Pretty
like,
dope.
yeah, dude, I have to imagine it was fucking, I mean, but are you chasing constantly?
I mean, people say you never get that same one again, but I got pretty high.
My,
Had some pretty similar experiences.
yeah, I have a family member that got pretty out of control with it. I mean, I don't know. It's a weird, once you go that direction, it's like, that's what you're doing, right? Like, you don't really give a shit about anything besides that.
Yeah. I mean, even though I've been clean for 8 years, there's some things in my life I ruined like that I can't undo.
Yeah.
Like I can still live a good life, but some things are just not fixable.
Yeah. Isn't it like a pretty clean substance though on your body, like compared to like alcohol and like I at least the person I talked to that used it a lot, they're like, yeah, besides like not being able to shit ever,
Yeah, that's
it
bad.
like I guess it your body processes it pretty well compared to like
I mean,
fucking
I've heard all kinds of shit. Like I know heroin turns into morphine once it hits your bloodstream. I've heard it's a sugar. Like I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. But I know I lost my teeth.
really. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Are you gonna get veneers?
I got them.
Oh, okay. So,
I got
oh, you took them out for this?
I rarely wear it.
Okay.
It fucks up how I talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because years my tongue has been used to no teeth there, and then I put it in, and it changes how I speak.
Were you still getting high in prison?
Yeah, I used to get high when I was in jail. Absolutely.
What, like,
Xanax, Suboxone.
yeah. How did you
Yeah.
pass the time most of the time? Like, were you working in there? Were you, what?
Yeah, some places I'd have a job, all different kinds of jobs. I was a porter, working in the kitchen. They had me on like this duty one time where you would like clean up the trash outside, like right outside the walls. Yeah. But other than that, I was playing cards, working out, or eating,
Yeah.
getting fat.
What
Yeah.
what was the go-to thing? Like commissary, right?
Commissary, we used to do this thing called a cook up, where like you get like some noodles, some ramen noodles, and like you save some meat from your meals. You get some chicken in there, some fucking cheese spread. Uh, I used to get this thing. It was called the hot pickle. I would chop that up and throw that in there. Crush up some Doritos, put that on there. Yeah. So some of these guys are fucking crazy with it.
Yeah.
They make some wild shit.
Have you ever seen the video of the guy that converts his bed into a stove?
Yeah, they're doing like fucking hibachi fucking Asian
Yeah,
food.
dude, I don't even know how they do that exactly, but he had like a metal plate
Yeah, yeah.
underneath, and then he hooked
It's a
it up
bunk
to.
rack.
Say that
It was a,
again.
it was a rack. It was a bed rack.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's
Did-
supposed to put his bed on that.
bro, I
Turn it
can't
into a
imagine.
fucking
Like, you must have had fierce diarrhea if you were eating like ramen, Doritos, like all like. Was it just horrible all the time?
I mean, the ramen is the good part. You know what I mean? Because the food in jail is not great. You know, sometimes you get some shit that's like maybe okay, but the cook up was where it was at. And working in the kitchen was good for me because I would eat the same food that COs eat.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you get big in there? Like, were you lifting quite a bit?
Sometimes I would get jacked. Sometimes I would get fat.
Just from, yeah, too many carbs.
It's all starches.
Yeah, dude.
You just start eating starch.
Were you making side money in there? Like any
Yeah,
hustles and
suck
shit?
guys in the ass and shit like that. No, I'm joking.
I was
I had
waiting for that.
So when I worked in the kitchen, I would do a lot of trades because I had access to like coffee and shredded cheese and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is hyphy mud? Were you fucking with that there?
What's that?
It's it's
I'm an old timer. You got to remember that.
yeah, it's hyphy mud stands for makes you dangerous. It was like a pre-workout that they used in prison. So it was instant coffee, Kool-Aid, and Coca-Cola.
Oh yeah, I've seen those guys do all that wild shit.
Yeah, and they just got all fired up on like it's
I never drank that.
yeah. It sounds fucking terrible, man.
Yeah.
So
I mean, motherfuckers would do anything though.
yeah.
Yeah.
How did you pass the time besides playing cards and shit? Like was it miserable or like it sounds like you didn't have the worst experience?
It's always like miserable when you like first get there. Especially if you have a case, you're like wondering if you could like beat the case. And you realize you're not going to beat the case. You're like, I want to plead out so I can start my time, get the fuck out of jail, go upstate. And, that shit always sucks. Sometimes you get moved around a lot. That sucks. But, I always knew somebody everywhere I went. But, yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Jail sucks.
Yeah, no, I've been, but not for extended periods like you have. It's fucking, the camaraderie can be decent though at times. Like it's making the most of it at least, you know?
Yeah, a lot of us will connect. The most I ever really connected with guys is when we used to fuck with this one CEO in the spot I was at. Everybody hated him. We used to call him the meat gazer because he used to like to take a longer glance than usual at the penis when you were coming back from visit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember there was this lockdown. We were locked down for a couple of days. They were looking for a weapon. And he came on duty, and we were all just like from ourselves, like, it's the meat gazer. And the sergeant came by that night. He's like, yeah, guys, we're going to end the lockdown. We'll let you out in 2 hours. So like a couple hours goes by and they're not popping our cells. And we're like bugging out. We're like, let us out. And then the meat gazer came over the speaker and he goes, shut up. Shut up. Like you hear like a pin drop. And he goes, I got permission. And like really like, I got permission to lock you guys in for the rest of the night. And then it got really quiet. And then all of a sudden somebody goes, AOCO. And he goes, what? And the guy goes, you got permission to suck my dick. And bro, you want to talk about getting a pop? That motherfucker got one of the biggest cracks I ever heard in my life.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So that filled me with glee.
So how long from getting out till you went into doing stand-up?
The last time, about 3 years. I've been told by a bunch of people I should do stand-up.
Yeah.
Looking back at it now, they don't know. They didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. This is one hell of a life, my friend.
It is.
Yeah.
Especially starting in New York. That's where you started, right?
Yeah.
How's that been?
This is where I'm from. This is where I be at.
But you're working full time and you're doing stand up and shit. Like, what
I
does
got
that
two
look
jobs.
like? 2 jobs?
I'm tired as fuck. I
Yeah.
wanted to cancel on you today. Take a nap.
I know.
I don't even want to go to this fucking show I got.
Where are you at tonight?
So there's a couple producers that they use Comedy, one of the gym that I work at,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a couple good shows. Street Talk Comedy that's run by Max Manikoff, Cuba Libre, that's Paul Rodriguez and Evan Hernandez, and then this show called The Last Show by Nikhil and Joe. So all these shows are doing great. They're selling tickets, like 60 to 80 tickets. I just got to let somebody in the door. All right, I'll be right back.
Got you.
2 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Gio. All right, I'm back, buddy. My bad.
You're good.
Yeah. Yeah, so those guys are running shows over there, and that's where I'm at tonight.
Yeah, are those weekly shows?
I think Max does his every couple months. Joe and Nikhil do it like bi-weekly.
How long into stand up till you started producing a show?
I was probably in about 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Up until that part, what were you doing? Just like hanging out at mics and shit?
Going to mics, getting the occasional show, doing bringers.
And you've made like fucking big strides though in New York, right? Like your path. The night we hung out, when I got up at the stand, you came up to me and like you got past that night. So like,
Oh shit, was it?
yeah,
Damn.
yeah. I saw you when I was in New York. I saw you more than I saw anybody else. I saw you at the Pear. I saw you at a bar show we did, and then at the stand a couple times.
You saw me bombing too, eating peepees.
I don't know. I think you did pretty well. I just like I liked all your shit because it was different from like
What
on
you
the
normally
outside.
hear.
Say that again.
It's different from what you normally hear.
And New York is. I'm curious about what you think about people starting there because it seemed like the people that were like newer. It was just like all this like Tinder shit and like kind of just surface level, like really basic stuff that. I mean, I'm on the outside looking in, so I don't really know, but you know.
Yeah, if I do a Tinder joke, I'm gonna bring it back to violence somehow. You know what I mean? Like only hack premises, no hack punchlines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, yeah, you got a lot of younger people that come here and they talk about dating and that because that's their life, you know, and a lot of the audiences in New York are about that stuff too. The audiences in New York, they can suck sometimes
How so?
because
They're not into that prison shit. Like it's.
yeah, dude. So I feel my best when I can get a room full of 25-year-old white girls to laugh at my prison and heroin jokes.
Yeah.
Lets me know I'm fucking.
It's working more mainstream.
Age.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes, like with the way TikTok and everything is, and the reels, like sometimes you go up and tell a joke, they look at you like you got 3 heads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I don't know how the fuck you started there.
What?
Because it's just like.
Did it stress you out?
I think New York is sick, but the people that I've talked to that have been successful, almost none of them started there. Like it's just so much.
You come to see if you really
like can hang, yeah. Like, yeah. But I know a few people that have made that move and done it well. Like Wilfred Padua, he's done pretty well there. And I fuck
with Wilfred heavy.
Yeah, he's funny and fucking good writer. Yeah. But I don't know. It just seems like such a hard place to learn how to do stand up.
I mean, stand up itself is hard. You know, I know people who are very, very funny and just aren't in anywhere. And I'm only 5 years in, 41 years old, but I've been able to get some stuff. But the shit goes and ebbs and flows, man.
Yeah. You seem a little down right now. Are you in a low right now, stand up wise?
No.
You're good?
I'm just tired.
Just tired?
Am I sucking right now?
No, you're good. I wanted to make sure because every other time I've seen you, you've been fucking jazzed up. It was like you're you're on hyphy mud when I've been talking to you, and this time I'm like, I can see that you're sleepy.
It's and I put on a lot of weight.
Did you?
I got 40 pounds fucking weighing my heart down right now, an extra 40.
But you're teaching fitness classes, aren't you?
Don't mean anything. I got a demo girl. I've been teaching my clients for like 6 years.
Yeah.
All I got to do is yell out exercises and numbers.
You don't
I
do
vape when I teach.
Yeah, you don't actually do the workout?
Not anymore.
Just from being so tired from doing stand-up all the time?
Yeah, dude, I just don't care.
Okay, let's talk about this, because there are a lot of people out here that are interested in New York and shit. Like, give me like a day in the life of what it looked for you doing stand-up.
All right, I wake up around 1:30 in the afternoon, check all my emails for my job I was supposed to be at 9. I get up around 8, and I could do a lot of work from the phone. So I have a counseling job. I'm a drug counselor. There's a lot of admin in it. I work with a lot of people that already have jobs and they just need aftercare. So that's from I usually go to bed around 3 or 4 in the morning. So I'll wake up, work my regular job till about 4 or 5. If it's a Monday, I have to teach at Body 5:30, 6:30. I go do that, get done, hit my spots. Sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 0. If it's 0, I got to go hang somewhere. And then when I get home, usually after midnight, usually after 1, like after 2, and and then I just lay in bed till I go to sleep.
Yeah, so
I don't do mics anymore. I don't think I'm too good for that or anything. I just don't have the time.
Yeah. Well, you're producing too, right?
Yeah, we do 23 and 1 at the Stand monthly. That's me, Gio, and Sam Santos. That show, we have like a following, and then we do the rest on ads. So it doesn't take a lot of work to do it, but it is the most stressful as far as wanting to fill the room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
have you figured anything out ads wise that like helps quite a bit?
Yeah, dump a lot of money into it.
Yeah.
So more people see it.
It's fucking crazy, man. I do have a buddy. I'm doing some shows this weekend down in Oregon, and he's really like cracked this Facebook ads code. I have a few friends that have like figured it out, and I don't know how many hundred tickets he sold.
My friend and co-producer Gio Perez used to do that on Facebook. He used to push the shows, but he's a lazy piece of shit and on drugs. Well, he's got his headphones in.
Oh shit!
But yeah, that a couple people told me Facebook ads, Instagram ads. That's what it is.
Yeah. It does fucking work, but it is like, how much? Can I ask how much it costs just for like a monthly show on ads?
I dump anywhere at least between $100 and $175.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
it's not crazy.
It's not crazy, but you think about it, that's a big chunk of. By the time you pay the ads, pay the photographer, pay your comics,
you guys are breaking even at best.
Sometimes we take a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how much has that helped you in terms of like getting spots and shit at clubs?
Well, having the show there. So all 3 of us who were on the show were passed at the club.
Mm-hmm.
So we really made the most of it because we would give ourselves tough follows. You know what I mean? Follow Soder, follow Ari, follow Derek Gaines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People who just fucking murder. And then even if you're fucking half eating it after that, but you're holding it down, they're showing growth.
Yeah, I just worked with 2 of those guys. I did the Moore in Seattle with Ari and Soder.
Mm-hmm.
That was both of them. Like I felt I don't know, man. I've been doing this for 4 years now, and it was a huge opportunity or whatever. But then they go up, and you're like, God damn it! Like I talked to Ari about it. I'm like, dude, do you think I'm good to make a move to the East Coast? And he's like, dude,
No.
it's all.
I'll tell you. I have a story about Ari. I'll tell you after you finish.
All right. Yeah, but he's like, yeah, there's all different levels of comedy in New York, and it really doesn't.
Dude, you go to a showcase show out here, whether it's like actually like a privately produced, an independently produced show, you're going to see people who've been doing comedy 2 years and people who've been doing it for 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a good mixed bag. And you get better being around better comics.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
yes, it's scary. You know, your penis is going to go back inside of your body for a little bit, but you got to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
How do you balance the grind of it though? Like you said, you stopped doing mics and shit. Like, what have you done so that because 4 hours of sleep is not enough, man. Like and
I'm going to
do
be
that
dead in a few years.
Yeah. Like, what's the fucking point of that? Because I met Jared Waters. Like Jared's
a different human.
He's doing like fucking 3 different spots a night every night, 7 days a week or whatever. 4.
Jared does like 40 spots a week.
Yeah. He's got a full-time job and shit.
Yeah.
So like what are you even talking about on stage at that point?
Well, he sleeps at work.
Does he?
He's a teacher. I mean, he rarely talks about being a teacher. Like he has that material. He doesn't, because there's so many teachers that do stand-up now in New York. So I mean, he talks about you know, banging like 60-year-old chicks and shit like that, and
just the regular stuff.
When he was young, yeah. He has a joke about his girlfriend is very tall, and when she puts on heels, she's like a foot taller than him.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that he said that when they walk around holding hands, it looks like Michael Jackson's in Bubbles.
My buddy started with him down in fucking My buddy started with him down in Tampa, I think, or wherever he's from. Somewhere in Florida.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. But like, okay, explain that, like, if you're doing 40 spots a week,
right,
and working a full-time job, what do you even have to talk about on stage?
I mean, he figures it out. He's got the stuff.
Yeah.
He's a good joke writer.
Yeah.
See, I'm at a point where, like, I write about shit I know about. I'm not super observational. It's about things I've been through, like how I think it's funny, like how I think being addicted to heroin is funny, how I think about being incarcerated is funny, and robbery. But Jared has got good observations.
Yeah.
You know? So do you.
Yeah, I've kind of, as I've been going throughout this, I've started to think more and more about just that, like, burnout aspect of it. Like, I mean, you've been going for 5 years. Like, how do you take care of yourself if you're doing, New York is just
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm falling apart, Adam.
Yeah, that's why you're so tired on this podcast right now.
I'm giving you all I got.
Bro, I know, but like, we just hit 200,000 views. I thought you were going to be hyped for this. Like, this was
For real?
Yeah.
I'm hyped.
Yeah.
I'm here.
You got a guy that's nodding off behind you.
If I couldn't, Gio's passed the fuck out in my apartment.
I don't think I got to meet him when I was out there, but next time I do, you got to introduce me.
Yeah, I will. I mean, I know I can't blame comedy for me being overtired. I can only blame me. I have been the past few weeks, if I feel really tired and I don't have anything lined up for that evening, or it's a spot that's like a bar show that's far out, I'll just stay in.
Yeah.
But my sleep is fucked up. Like, even if I get to bed, say around 9:30, 10, I'll wake up at midnight.
Yeah.
and not be able to get back to bed till 4.
Dude, nobody should be experiencing like this huge wave of adrenaline right before bed. Like it's that alone just completely ruins. Like, and I think the only way that you can combat it, honestly, is just eating a bunch of food, and then it helps
That's
your body
horrible for you.
slow down. Yeah, it's the worst, but it feels fantastic.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it's what's your go-to shit when you get home from a set, like just like a long night of stuff.
Chicken cutlet on a hero, lettuce, tomato, pepper jack, and mayonnaise on both sides of the bread. Hot.
I don't even know half of what you just said. I'm not from New York. Like is it?
It's a chicken cutlet sandwich.
Okay. Yeah, I need to get back out there, man.
Cutlet in fucking Washington?
Apparently not. I mean, I grew up in the Midwest, so I don't even know half the shit out here either.
What are you guys eating? Fucking kale?
It's just straight Whole
Hey?
Foods. No, there's a lot of
In Midwest, you guys eat steaks.
dude, it's just mac and cheese in the Midwest. Just
I fuck with it.
everything from a box. That's what the
Mac
Midwest
and cheese
is.
and meth.
I don't even think they have fucking meth. It's just pills
No,
in the
they gotta have meth
Midwest.
in the Midwest, baby.
Do they? I thought
Have you ever done drugs before, Adam?
I've done a shitload of drugs, but not meth. I don't fuck with meth. Have you done meth?
I did glass.
Which is meth prepared differently, or
Yeah. It was prepared low fat.
yeah, the chicken cutlet style meth.
It's broiled, not fried. It
Yeah, what was it like?
was horrible.
Really?
I don't like uppers.
You don't like what?
I don't like things that make you go up.
Yeah, I can understand that.
That glass shit had me fucking had me up for a couple days.
Where were you?
New York.
What'd you do?
I went to many places. I was at my parents'. I was at my girlfriend's. It was horrible. Everything was moving.
Could they tell?
Hell yeah.
What'd they say?
They were just like, yeah, he's fucked up.
Were you driving around shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Being like really fucked
Dude, you
up
know how
and
many
driving.
cars I've totaled?
How many?
6.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I can't believe you don't have a license. Why wouldn't they want you on the roads?
Dude, you want to know what's wild? So I was upstate. I went to go visit my kid.
I didn't know you
after
were a
the visit-
father.
I'm a father, yeah.
Damn.
Not a good one. You know? So after the visit, I'm driving around, and as soon as I leave the visit, I get high, shoot up. And
God,
I'm
you
like
aren't a
upstate.
good father. God damn it. That's not the way to start your trip to your kid.
No, this is after the visit.
Oh, after the okay, gotcha.
But I'm getting sick as I'm at the visit. Like I'm like getting chippy, you know? So I get high as soon as the visit's over, and I nod out, and I just go through a stop sign and crash into a cornfield. And I'm just like going through the cornfield. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I called 911. And the cops drove into the cornfield. And then they drove my car out of the cornfield, and then they let me go.
They let you go? What did you tell them?
They were like, "Why are one of your pupils bigger than the other?" And I was like, "Oh, I got a concussion. I used to box."
That's
And they were
actually
like,
that's a good excuse.
So, but my license, that's one of the suspensions on my license. I need a medical
For
clearance.
gotcha. How long until you get it back?
I could get it back now. It's not the money. It's just that it's suspended in so many places. So and it would just take a lot of time out of my life.
Yeah.
You know, I was an idiot during COVID. I should have been going to those fucking courts
Yeah.
on Zoom.
Fucking stupid. How are you getting around in New York? Like for
Right now?
spots and stuff. Like when you're doing 3 shows a night, how are you making that work?
Well, when it's warm, I city bike. I can walk to a lot of the spots now.
Yeah.
I only live a couple blocks from the stand.
Yeah, I guess that's the benefit of being in Manhattan.
The L train is right here. That's one stop at Brooklyn.
If I was moving out there, where would you recommend that I move to?
Queens or Brooklyn or even Manhattan. If you could get it, you're going to need a roommate.
Do you got one?
No, I don't have one. I'm a grown man.
What's rent if you don't have a roommate in Manhattan? Like roughly.
You're going to be looking between 22 to 28,000, 2,800.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
And you have that fucking prison loft behind you. Like that's what you get for 2,800.
Well, I have like a whole kitchen over there.
Yeah.
Like 5 foot of kitchen, 2 foot of bathroom.
Yeah. Is it that much better to be in Manhattan than Brooklyn?
I mean, not really. The only thing that's good about it for me is that the Village is right here. The Stand is right there. You know.
You get that cutlet Euro
both
shit.
Both of my jobs. I live dead in between both of my jobs.
That's tight.
Yeah.
So you just walk everywhere? How are you like, bro, how are you gaining 40 pounds if you're walking and biking all around the city? Like how many of those cutlets?
I use the electric bike.
Oh, you use the
Come on, Adam.
It's ridiculous. All right. I got a couple more questions. I got a couple more questions for you. And I know you got some shit you got to get to do, but,
I hope you're having fun.
Dude, I'm good, man. I just wanted to check in with you. I hadn't seen you in a while. And the reason why I thought about you was I was watching Netflix, watching this movie, and there's this scene with this homeless guy in this movie. And I'm like, that looks like my friend Derek.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there, I was like, man, there's no way that's Derek. Like, and I like had the sense. Was superb. Yeah. The acting was incredible. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm gonna just see who that is. And I go on IMDb. It was you. And I text you that night. I was like, what the fuck, man? I didn't know that you were an actor too. Like, when did that happen?
Funny thing about that is I didn't know I was an actor either. This woman, she was shooting a documentary in New York about 5 years back about like men returning, like re-entry into society from like being institutionalized. And I was in it. But she also makes real movies. So she was like, hey, I'm filming this movie. I have this part with this guy. What the fuck was my name in that movie? Shit. Well, whatever his name.
This is how big of a star you are, is you can't even remember your fucking character.
Hold on. Because
if you have to IMDb yourself, that's pretty bad, dude.
I'm gonna Wikipedia. Hold on.
What was the name of the movie again? It was Leave No Trace. That was the name of the movie?
Yep, Leave No Trace.
Dude, it was a solid movie. Ben Foster's in it. It was good.
Jake Mazursky.
Yeah, and Derek Drescher played who knows what the fuck that guy. Larry, yeah.
Larry. So Ben Foster is married to the chick who played Donna on the 70s show.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
What the fuck? And she was also in Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember her name. Laura Prepon.
Yeah, yeah.
So while I'm on set, she kept calling me Larry. And it was pissing me off. Because I'm like, yo, my fucking name is Derek. Why you keep fucking calling me the character I'm playing? And they were like, oh, so you stay in character. I'm like, I'm in the movie for fucking 3 minutes. And it was just wild. She's like, hey, Larry, good job, Larry. I was like,
Is that normal?
I guess because they were telling me that he was a method actor.
Dude,
Then.
he's I heard him on Marin recently. I was like on a long drive and just brutal.
He's the man, bro.
Is he great?
He was so cool.
He went to like a weird not cognitive behavioral therapy, like a meditation.
Did he go to CBT?
I think so. No, CBT, that's counseling.
That's what they do for that. They do that a lot for us. Jailbirds.
Yeah. Or I thought you just meant comics in general.
We should all do it too.
Yeah, I just started back. I've had a fucking brutal couple weeks as I told you about, so it's it's good to get back in there, you know? It's like going back
How
to
old
the
are you?
gym. 33.
Oh shit, bro, you look 25.
Yeah, I got the baby face, but it's starting to I'm starting to lose it a little bit.
You could bang 23-year-olds.
23 and 1, right?
Yeah. So he was really cool. And bro, there's two parts that he's played in movies that I love the movies. And one was Jake Mazursky in Alpha Dog, and then Hell or High Water.
Transmeditational is what he did. He went to a school, his whole family was transmeditation. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but it was like in Ohio, and it was not a cult, but had cult vibes.
If you met him, you'd say he's on a different plane than us.
Dude, he does it still.
Yeah.
He talks about it. But I mean, I've heard good things about it.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
And he was very pleasant to be around.
Wasn't he in 28 Days Later with Josh Hartnett?
He might have been.
Or 28 Days.
He's also in 310 to Yuma.
Yeah, and Lone Survivor.
He's a good actor.
He's really good. Did you learn anything from him, or did you just talk shit as Larry?
No. He didn't really talk much in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, he barely had lines.
That is true. You know what's crazy is I'm doing a run down to Oregon starting tomorrow, and almost every town and movie or every city that's in that movie I'm going to on this trip. Like I'm stopping in Albany, Salem, because they take the Greyhound and they end up stopping in all those little towns. And I'm like, fuck, I'm doing comedy in all those places. It's actually they're fun places to do stand up. Like I have you done any shit outside of the city, like just like upstate New York?
Yeah, I've done Albany. I've done Newburgh. I've done all kinds of fucking shows outside of the city.
Yeah.
What? I mean, yeah, they're not bad. When I did Albany the first time, the Funny Bone, me and my homegirl Ruth Allen were on the show together, and I was like, let's go look at the crowd, see what we're dealing with. And it was all old people. I was like, oh, we're gonna bomb. But they loved us.
Yeah. Dude, some of those places, like, they're so starved for entertainment that they really appreciate it.
When we did the Midwest, I did
oh, you did Crane and shit. I remember that.
Yeah, we did Minnesota, Fargo. We did a place called Thief River Falls. They loved us.
Did you make money on that trip?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Hell yeah, man. All right.
Motherfucking right.
Last couple questions for you.
Sure.
So you went from prison to stand up, and the politics in New York, comedy is complicated.
Right.
How has that been for you? Have you run in, like, bang heads with anybody? How's that been on your end?
Yeah, so I have no right to be like, oh, I deserve more, given the amount of time I have in. Like, I'm grateful for everything I've received, you know, because I don't take this shit for granted at all. The shit can dry up like that. I've heard people who've been on TV, you know, and are killers, like, tell me that. Like, you know, it really has its ups and downs. But it's so unhealthy for me to walk around being like, I'll just fucking choke this guy. You know what I mean? It's not good. But those thoughts went through my head. but I'm trying to live a different life now.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to be funny when I'm on stage and be cool to be around.
But
And sometimes I'm not cool to be around. They're few and far between, but it happens.
yeah, like right now, it's no, like, is there like a lot of like comics on comics policing shit out there? Like kind of the woke
Yeah,
police and all that?
Like, oh, you shouldn't do that, your career. It's like, you don't have a career either. Fucking worry about yourself.
Yeah. Isn't that sort of the Stand though? Like a lot of the comics that work at the Stand, they're doing sort of their own thing, and it's not as PC, and it's not as.
Oh, I love the Stand, bro. I love hanging at the green room there. I love the staff there. That place is the shit to me.
Yeah. Where's your least favorite spot in New York?
Least favorite.
Like, what's the shithole club that, like, even if you got booked right now, you wouldn't go? Like,
I can't. I'm not going to say that. Because a spot's a spot.
Yeah, spot's a spot. I guess.
I have clubs that I don't like doing. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
You've done them before. You see me there.
I know you got to. You got to roll.
One you look out to, and it looks like an abyss. I've been on that stage before, bombing. You know, like, how about I just throw the mic stand into the darkness?
Yeah.
See what happens.
I think I know what you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
All right. So long term, what are you trying to do? Like, what's your?
I mean, I want to make my living off of comedy, off of stand-up and my podcast with Gio on the Gate. Like, starting to get a little following now. We just hit over 1,000 subscribers. It's super organic. And, I want to continue acting also. You know, and that's how I want to make my living. And it's also how I want to express myself.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm excited to see what happens. Where can people find your stuff if they want to support you and that are fans of this podcast?
Follow me at Derek Drescher on Instagram, and then follow On the Gate podcast on Instagram, and then subscribe on YouTube, follow, comment.
Do you guys have a Patreon?
We do. It's On the Gate podcast Patreon. So this is the thing, though. It's $3 a month, but you don't get anything. We just give us the $3, and once we get to like 10, 15,000, we'll start making extra content and put it back into the podcast.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I'm in the same boat, so it's trying to build that up. But dude, it's always fun talking with you, and I really wish you the best. I'm excited. Like, next time I come out there, I'd love to hang and kick it a little bit.
Bro. Hit me up, man. I like hanging with you too. I hope I was good on this podcast.
Yeah, man, it was fun. And if you ever make it out this way, would love to have you on some shows out here. I think we could probably find you whatever that fuck that cutlet thing is, and get you some real food out here. But I think you'd like Seattle, man. It's a good town.
I want to do Tacoma.
Come out to Tacoma. I can help you out there.
What they got? Helium?
Tacoma Comedy Club it's Bark Entertainment. It's Spokane, Summit City, bunch of, I think they just got Louisville. So go to barkentertainment.com. It shows all their clubs, but I'm past there. Awesome rooms, like super fun. You'd have a blast, man.
I'm going to come out soon.
Hell yeah. Do you know Quentin Jones? Have you met him yet?
Yeah, I know. You be killing him?
Yeah.
I know.
He's passed at Tacoma. He just moved out your way, and he can give you some info too, because he does it where he comes back from New York to do it, and he's figuring out like money wise, so he might have some tips on that.
All right.
Cool, man. Hey,
I mean, I'm coming back here regardless.
Yeah, you better come out.
I will.
Well, hey, everybody, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to rate and review us wherever you're listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to hit that notifications bell so you don't miss our upcoming content. And then we are on Patreon, patreon.com/FNFpod. And as always, follow us on Instagram @FNFpod for additional content. We're going to leave you with Jaga.
I just make the waves, I don't write them. I can hear the lyrics in my spirit as I write them. Why you wanna walk and talk just like them? I can't get caught up in all the hype and the excitement. I just make the waves, I don't write them. I can hear the lyrics in my spirit as I write them. Why you wanna walk and talk just like them? I can't get caught up in all the hype and the excitement. Welcome to my wave pool, my wave pool. 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 Welcome to my wave pool.